I want to watch TikToks, and this would be a good segue into TikToks, but I do want to talk about one thing. I don't think I talked about it. Did I talk about my accident?
TikToks don't have to be at the end of the show.
Piss yourself?
Did I tell you that
he wrecked his car, but he could have just peed his pants.
Did I talk about? I think the accident happened after I got.
What, are you terrified?
Yeah, I'm shivering me timbers. Yeah, no. The pee-pee's
this show
falling on the
hasn't
floor.
been the same since the accident.
Yeah. But did I talk about it on the podcast? I don't think I did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't remember you talking about.
I got into an accident. December, middle of December. Very light accident. What
happened?
Okay, I just don't know if I talked about it. If I talked about it in the last podcast, I'm sorry. Got into an accident. I just slipped on some slush on the ground, and just very lightly hit a car. On the way back from getting my the actuator or the regulator in my window fixed, which was great. Loved that.
We love regular windows.
We love regular windows. And I had to go to court because they gave me a reasonable control ticket citation.
What does that mean?
I didn't have reasonable control of my vehicle when there was a blizzard happening. Sorry about that. I wish I could have avoided that.
What was the accident?
I just like very lightly scraped the front driver's side bumper of someone's car.
Well, you shouldn't have been going 4 miles an hour.
You hit someone else's car with your car.
Yes. Let me also go back a little bit more.
That's a big part to yada yada over.
I said I got into an accident. What do you mean? That was like the whole thing.
I was waiting for you to describe the accident, but you never did. You just skipped to the part where you were in court and you're like, okay. These guys gave me a thing that said that I was responsible for this. Isn't that crazy? I had no clue you would hit another car.
I went to fix. All right, I'll start from the beginning. I went to fix the actuator in my window. I dropped my car off there. They gave me a rental car. I couldn't bring it back the next day because it was snowing. It was hard, and I was in like a fucking 2007 like Intrepid. I don't remember what the car's name is.
Interceptor.
Sure. So I'm like, hey, can I have another day? Can I extend the day and then bring the car back this day? They said yes. I brought the car back. And the snow was mostly cleared off the road. On the way back in my car, snow comes down. I'm like 45 minutes away from this place. Snow starts coming down. Blizzard. Great. Wonderful. I take a turn. I'm going to pick up Dunkin' Donuts for Alexis and I. I take a turn on one of the side roads, 12 minutes away from home. And I just smack a car a little bit. Not too much damage. I think it was like $1,400 or something like estimated, so it was not much damage at all. Money. I know, but it wasn't that you sneeze on a car and you're paying that much. And I didn't know what to do. I've never been to an accident, so the first thing I did was call the cops because I thought that's what they had to like document it. You don't got to do that if it's that light of an accident. I called the cops. They gave me a citation for reasonable control. The lady thought it was fucking retarded because there was nothing I could really have done to avoid that.
Yeah, most people would call their insurance before the police.
Yeah, I just thought if you hit another car, you had to call the cops.
So which is fair because a lot of insurance places will be like, "We need a police report."
And I went to court because they were trying to make me pay like $270. I'm like, I'm not paying that for this, and it would be a point against my insurance. I'm like, what the fuck? Nothing I could have done. The person I hit said there's nothing I could have done. I went to court, fought it. I thought they were going to be like, yeah, this is your. I went in. Sorry, I'm not even going to say what I thought. I went in. They called me up. The magistrate was like,
he went to jail.
Yeah, magistrate.
He's going to prison. This is the last podcast.
Was like, yeah, this. I'm actually on bail right now. There was a 60-ish-year-old woman. I have a very clean driving record. Keep in mind,
earlier in this podcast, he was talking about how lawyers are immoral.
Yeah, they are.
They are. For people that were guilty.
Was this magistrate. Listen to this. I'm like,
has beef with his local magistrate. What are you, a feudal lord in the fucking 1400s?
I can't stand him.
The magistrate's talking with the peasants.
Oh, yeah. Don't even get him started on his fucking oxen.
Oxen?
I don't know.
That's
dude.
crazy.
They knew the necromancy charge because my dead cat was in my urn.
I like.
Even the jester said it would have happened regardless.
So 30. I'm about 30 years old. Clean driving record. Nothing on it. Nothing on it.
I don't know whether that 30 years old part
because it's impressive that I'm 30 and I have nothing on my record.
Old. You still hit another car with your car.
But I don't have
2-year-old.
I don't have any. I haven't sped. I haven't gotten anything for speeding or anything. Or,
you are a sped.
Fucking bitch, dude. You're a bitch. So I was like, dude, 60-year-old lady, clean record. It's GG. I get along best with ladies of that, women of that age. They love me.
Thing I know
they eat
about
me
you,
up.
Yes, is that
they chomp me
old
up.
Ladies eat you up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do look like a 50s man.
I'm very polite. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
You look like I could see you being like the head of a coal mine or something.
Okay, yeah, just a little bit more of like the soot, as you know, and I'm there. Yeah, I see you.
Yeah,
I'm like 60-year-old woman. I'm very polite, clean record. GG. They're gonna just wipe the charge. They were like, she just said, yeah, I'm just gonna give you a different charge, a lesser charge that's not gonna be against your insurance. I'm like, okay, but I mean, at least that's a win. The ticket was more expensive after I fought it. It was like $288 versus $270 or whatever. I'm like, what?
Nah, it's like $10.
At least it's not a point against my insurance. I just thought it was preposterous. I thought the whole thing was fucking preposterous.
As a drunk guy who's never been to legal law school or illegal law school.
I've been to illegal law school.
Yeah, that's the sovereign citizen bullshit.
Dude, there was a lady who was driving illegally without her license in a place you can't drive, and they dropped her charge because she has a kid. I'm like, all I needed was a fucking kid. All I needed was a kid.
Should pretend to be pregnant. I don't know.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
But I don't know. I would have said because who's the witness? You know, don't you need a witness to testify against some charge like that?
Well, I could have brought the person I hit. But
she'd probably just not go.
Yeah, she'd be like, I don't want to.
She doesn't press charges. Then I think Ben got fucked.
I think you mentioned earlier that sometimes you call the insurance. Sometimes you call the insurance and they're like, let me get a police report. I've worked for insurance companies. I guess Ben does too, so maybe he knows. But I've never been like, oh, let me see the police report.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They didn't
like as long as I filed the insurance reports, and I never once was like, where's the police report? Like that was literally my job for a period of time. I think you could 100% have just called your insurance company.
Oh no, I could have. I could have. Yeah, no,
I think too. On top of that, there's got to be some information I'm missing between cops showing up and writing you up.
Yeah, when they weren't even there to say it. Like that's fucked up.
Well, you messed something up beyond that too.
Yeah, you must have called the cop. Like you must have insulted him accidentally somehow.
I said,
I'm victim blaming.
He loved me.
And like, man, you're pretty short for a cop or something.
He loved you, but he sent you straight to jail.
Yeah,
you're so cool. Here's a ticket for $200.
He loved me.
I'm only doing this because I care about you.
He almost. I
want you to get better. Change your ways.
He almost he almost explicitly. It was. He did not say this, but he seemed like he was like, "Oh, you should fight this." That was the vibe he was giving. Because it was bullshit. He was just trying to meet a quota for sure.
You know what's awesome? He didn't have to give you the ticket.
Yeah,
crazy.
No, isn't that funny? But I have a friend who lives also in Ohio. Same thing happened to her. She slipped, called the cops because she didn't know. The cops gave her the same ticket.
No, that's a laundry basket. It's yellow. It's weird. I thought it was like a mop bucket. Sorry.
Behind me, right here.
Yeah, right where you're. Yeah. Right there.
The way
your shoulder's covering, it looked like a mop bucket.
Oh, it's also green. And it's not it's not a laundry basket. It's a tote of like old teddy bears.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I don't know. I had to correct you. There's no reason
okay.
I have to correct you.
I get it. I had something I was going to say a while ago, but I forgot what it was.
In Arizona, at least, I've had the police hold me at gunpoint. I've been pulled over for all sorts of wacky shenanigans. I've been in the back of police cars. I've never once let it get to a point where I've had to show up to court for anything.
You know what's Sorry, I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
I never found myself in a situation where they're like, "You got to go to court."
I didn't want. It would be a point against my insurance. I didn't want to deal with that.
The cops in Tucson, 90% of the time they're awesome, right? There was one time I was sitting in my fucking apartment. I had just gone back from deployment, so I had 2 weeks off. So I was hammered. You know, it was like fucking 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. And I started hearing screaming outside, so I ran out. Some dude got fucking stabbed like 3 times in the parking lot. Tucson. Yeah, it's just Tucson. Like, it's what it is. So I ran inside. I had a bunch of like first aid, like military first aid kit shit. So I ran out. I fucking tourniqueted his leg and his arm because he got stabbed in his fucking whatever that big vein is. Who fucking cares? Mm-hmm. And the cops showed up and they were like questioning people. And the
did he have to knee his balls or whatever?
Huh?
That was when George Floyded him. They need his balls.
What?
When you tourniquet somebody, you gotta like knee him like right in like the groin area, right, to like stop the blood flow before you put the tourniquet on.
Oh yeah, like if you want to do direct pressure, yeah, you'd like kind of like between the sack and the leg.
Yeah.
There's the pressure point. I didn't do all that.
Oh, damn it.
I'm not gay. If he dies, I'm sorry. You know.
Okay. Yeah. For real. For sure.
Your vein should have been so close to your balls.
Yeah. Right.
But anyway, so I did all that, like saved his life or whatever, and so his girlfriend wanted to like thank me. So she like, you know, the cops were there after the ambulance showed up, and she was like, "Hey, are you like a paramedic or something?" I was like, "No, I just have." And the cop showed up and was like, "Hey, you're not talking to each other until all the evidence is gathered." And I was like,
what the fuck?
Do you think I stabbed the fucker? Like, you're such a fucking cunt, dude.
Yeah,
let me just.
So funny.
She wants to thank me for saving her fucking boyfriend's life, and but whatever.
I assume you listened. You were like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I knelt down and gave the cop a blowjob or whatever he was. He asked me to do.
Right.
He was undercover. He didn't have a uniform on. I don't know.
Yeah. He's just the guy just interrupting everything. He was just making shit worse for everybody.
Yeah. I went to wash my hands off because they were covered in blood, and the cop was like, "Well, we need to follow you to your room because you're a witness." Like,
what the fuck does that even mean? You're the one fixing his leg.
Yeah, well, I'm a witness. What do you think? I'm going upstairs to grab a knife and finish the job after I fucking saved him? What the fuck is your problem, dude?
To the scene of the crime.
Dude, I had a coworker that saw a guy die.
Stabbed the guy.
That shows close. This guy was on no, not a moped. It was like one of the. It was just like a motor scooter, whatever the hell you call them, and Vespa.
Motorcycle.
Vespa. And he got hit by it was a hit and run. A car hit the guy. He fell, cracked his skull on the sidewalk. His fucking brains were falling all over the ground, and he died in this lady's arms.
Well, that's not a funny story. Why would you say that?
Yeah, it was fucked. It was really. She was like traumatized by it for days.